Now let us begin the story. Kamala Das, she has written a beautiful, nostalgic, original poem, and the poem name is My Grandmother's House, because she used to spend her childhood time with her grandmother. Kamala Das was very young that time, and she used to love her grandmother a lot. She used to spend most of her time with grandmother. And when her grandmother passes away, she lost herself. This poem, My Grandmother's House, it has only 16 lines. It's a very short poem. It's not a long one. It's a short poem, but we would be further taking it into pieces so that you all can understand the meaning, because there are so many abstract concepts, so you need to understand between the lines. This poetess, Kamala Das, she used to watch, observe her grandmother, and she used to be with her grandmother. And I would also explain difficult words from the poem. These lines from the poem, has been taken from the poem, these few lines. In this poem, the poetess is describing about the grandmother's house, which is far away, and we all know that her grandmother is no more now. Let us understand the meaning of these lines. So this is the explanation of the lines. The poem written by Kamala Das, she has expressed her feelings in this poem. She used to enjoy a lot with her grandmother, and that house in which poetess enjoyed much love and pleasure is now far away, as after the death of the grandmother, and also because of her own marriage, she was separated from the house. So the same house seems to be an entirely different house, which is far away from the one she grew up in. And she misses her grandmother a lot. She used to dream about her grandmother, but now there is no one. So it is just like an empty house now. Furthermore, Kamala Das, she was too young to remember those happy moments, because that time she was too young, and recollecting those memories is a bit difficult. So still she recollects her few experiences, and she remembers some few of the memories. But now, unfortunately, those happy life didn't last for long, because everything has a time limit, and her grandmother has gone to heaven, or she has passed away. Now this is the second paragraph, or you can say verse from the poem. The house withdrew into silence, and snakes moved among the books, and that time I was too young So to read, and my blood turned cold like the moon. It is a kind of, you can say, symbolizes the worry and the nervousness. So this is the lines. Let us now understand the meaning of the lines which we just read. We all know that she remembers her grandmother's house, and it is clear that the grandmother was the only source of her happiness. And in the house, she can see so many things which is full of silence now. All the things with which she used to spend her time with her grandmother, things are there, but grandmother is not there. House is empty and the full of loneliness is there. So after her grandmother passes away, all the things of the house, it is just like darkness. So Kamala Das feels lonely. Because this poem is the memory of Kamala Das's young time, when she was too young. So Kamala Das was very young girl at that time, and she used to spend her days, and her grandmother used to read stories for her, used to tell stories. She used to listen stories from her grandmother. And after grandmother was gone to heaven, the books in the library of that house, they were left unread, means they were kept same as in the almirah. No one was there to read those books. So all those books were just like kept there in the almirah, and no one was there to read them, to go through them. And the snakes started to move among the book stack, and seeing the little Kamala Das made her blood. And seeing the snakes on the books, Kamala Das, the poetess, she was like nervous, and it made her blood cold like moon. It means she felt shocked seeing these snakes going through the books. So she was scared. Now further, this is the third paragraph from the poem. How often I think of going there to peer through blind eyes of windows, or just listen to the frozen air. Let us now understand the meaning of these lines. After grandmother's death, she moved to another house, but still she likes to visit that old house, where she enjoyed much freedom and unlimited love. She thinks of going there and to peer through the window of that house and to listen to that frozen air there. She used to look at the things. She used to try to stand near the window, see the air, and try to listen the sound. This is the fourth para from the poem. Or in wild despair, pick an armful of darkness to bring it here to lie behind my bedroom door like a brooding dog. Now let us understand the meaning of these lines. The poetess says, she is in despair. She has lost her hope, and thus now she wishes at least to bring her grandmother's house memory to her bedroom by picking some frozen darkness from her grandmother's house and to keep it behind her bedroom door, just like a brooding dog. It is just like she used to roam behind her grandmother, so she wants to remind her memories now. Brooding dog used as dogs see better at night in the darkness. As Kamala Das used to see her grandmother every day, working, talking, telling stories, sharing everything. And she used to tell so many things during that childhood time. And she has all those memories in her mind. So she wishes to save the memories of her grandmother with her always. Now her grandmother is no more, but she has those old memories with her in her mind. So she wants to be with her grandmother again. So that is why this statement, brooding dogs used as dogs see better in darkness, has been used. Now these lines are, you cannot believe, darling, can you, that I lived in such a house and was proud and loved, I who have lost. Let us now understand the meaning of these lines. The poetess, she addresses the reader, all the readers who are reading this poem, as darling, and asks the readers that can we believe she lived in such a house and she used to feel proud, loved and honored? And in the next line, she compares her old childhood experiences with the present world human nature. Like she used to connect with her grandmother at that time, and now she observes that there are so many people around, but that connection is not felt. Everyone is busy in the work. So she has those childhood memories which are so strong. She is comparing now. Now these lines. My way and beg now at stranger's door to receive love, at least in small change. Let us now understand the meaning of these lines. Though she had enjoyed the love in her past life, but she lost them all in the present era. In this present time, she has lost everything. whatever she had. And now she has to beg at the doors of strangers for love. Nobody is ready here to honor, to consider and love her the same way as her grandmother did. And she is not feeling like asking for love from other people. And also the love she receives is not similar to that kind. So that love of grandmother is different, altogether different. She would be happy if she could get at least a small amount of love as she used to get from her grandmother at that time. From that amount of love even she would be happy. Or even a small amount of time, a small amount of love would be enough to feel the connection with the people around her. She was feeling so lonely and she was in need of love to be happy. So she was feeling lonely. Thank you so much. Namaskar.